Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into one of the absolute cornerstones of modern web development, React components. These are basically digital Lego bricks for building just about anything you can imagine on the web. So let's open the box and see what we can build together. Imagine this. Instead of writing endless lines of code from scratch, you have a big box of perfectly shaped, colorful bricks. Each brick has its own specific job, and they all just snap together. What if building a website was that simple? Well, that's exactly the philosophy behind React, and the answer is React components. They're the building blocks, those individual Lego pieces that let developers build massive, complex applications in a simple and modular way. So, what exactly is a component? A component is reusable, independent, and isolated. Reusable means you can build a button once and use it 100 times. Independent means that button doesn't care what's happening with the search bar elsewhere on the page. Isolated means you can fix a bug in one component without breaking anything else. Each component is a tiny, self-contained machine. This approach offers massive advantages. Reusability saves tons of time. Separating your code keeps projects clean and easy to understand. And maintainability, that's a total game changer. Imagine changing the color of every button on your site. You just update one brick, not the entire wall. This simple idea makes web development scalable. Now that we understand what components are and why they are so powerful, let's peek inside one. The anatomy of a React component follows a simple, repeatable pattern every time. Import the tools you need, define the component, the logic that says what the UI should look like, export it, packaging your custom Lego brick so anyone on your team can use it. That's the blueprint, import, define, export. Historically, there were two kinds of components, class components and functional components. Then came hooks, which gave functional components superpowers like memory. They can remember if a button was clicked or what a user typed. That made them just as powerful as class components, but far simpler to write and read. That's why they're the modern standard today. Even if you don't read code, think of this. A simple welcome component is just a small function that takes in some information, say a name, and outputs a bit of UI that says, "Hello, Sarah." It's predictable. You give it instructions. It gives you a perfectly built piece of your website. Once we have our individual bricks, the fun part begins, putting them all together. This process is called composition, placing components inside other components. For example, you might have a button inside a login form which sits inside a login page. You're just nesting them, snapping them together to create bigger, more complex structures. Great pattern is giving components specialized roles. Presentational components are the actors on stage. They look good and show data. Container components are the directors. They handle the logic, fetch data, and tell the actors what to do. This makes your entire app much easier to manage and understand. And here's some good news, you don't have to make every brick yourself. That's where UI toolkits and component libraries come in. Think of them as massive, professionally designed Lego sets like the Star Wars Death Star kit, but for web developers. These toolkits give you pre built components for almost any purpose. Feedback components show success, warnings, or errors. Modals are pop up dialogues for confirmation. Drawers slide out panels for menus or filters. Loading components like spinners or skeletons make the waiting experience smoother. Each one is a ready to use brick in your toolbox. Zooming out, this component based model has completely transformed how we build for the web. It unlocks reusability, enforces clean organization, and enables effortless scalability. Huge applications like Facebook can exist without collapsing under their own complexity because they're just made of small, manageable, independent components. And that leaves us with one final thought as components and libraries become smarter and more powerful, the role of a developer itself is evolving. Are we moving from writing every line of code to assembling powerful pre-built pieces? It's a fascinating shift, and it's reshaping how we create for the web. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of React components.